Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this February 22nd, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Saturday out there so far. Everybody has a great Saturday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. And thank you for tuning back into my local forecast channel as well. If you know anybody want to join the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel, send them my way. Still trying to build my channel up to 600 subscribers or a little more. I'd greatly appreciate it if anyone out there can help a brother out. I greatly appreciate it. Alright, let's take a look at the storm system here across the lower 48. You can see here we got a little system here across Florida, back down into the Gulf, a little bit around Louisiana, also a little bit in North Carolina, up towards portions of the Delaware, D.C. area, moving offshore, a little bit across southeast Canada, moving into New York State. Also got a little bit of activity around Montana, over toward North and South Dakota, back into Wyoming. And I got another system moving into Washington, Oregon State, Northern California, which will be moving into Idaho as well. A little bit of activity over Utah region as well, a little bit over Mexico. Also the southeastern portions of the Eastern Pacific, a little bit across South America as well, and a little bit in the Atlantic coastal waters, but nothing to write home about. But you can see pretty much just pretty much the storm system right now. The track is just moving west to east at this time, and here's the subtropical jet, not really organized, and you can see it's kind of raggedy at the moment here, just a little bit over in the Pacific, Texas, Florida, and then into the Atlantic coastal water. The northern jet is a little more active right now than the southern jet is. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue getting the show on the road here, folks. Alrighty. As you can see here, we got snow over portions of New Brunswick to Maine to Vermont, New York State, over towards southeast Canada, around Toronto and Ottawa, Canada region. Mixed precipitation over here around Lake Erie and Lake Superior, with a little bit of freezing rain over northern Michigan, northern Wisconsin. A little bit of mixed precipitation there as well, stretching over to Minnesota. A little bit over here in the Dakotas. Even got a little bit of mixed precipitation from Texas to Mississippi, western Alabama. A few pockets of freezing rain across Mississippi, Louisiana, and portion of eastern Texas. Shower activity across Alabama, back into Florida, Georgia, and down toward the Florida Keys, northwest Bahamas, also down into the Gulf as well. And thunderstorms and showers there as well, stretching up into Texas, Louisiana, portion of southern Mississippi, and portion of Alabama. Alright, we got shower activity over in portion of North Dakota, Montana, back into South Canada, also in Washington, Oregon State, along coastal area, northwest California, right along the Pacific Ocean. Got a little bit of thunderstorms and showers over western portion of Washington State. Got a few pockets of heavy snow there as well from northern Washington State, portion of Idaho, Montana, and central Idaho as well. And got some pockets of freezing rain there as well for eastern Oregon, central and western portion of Idaho, southern Idaho as well. Mixed precipitation across Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, northern Utah, also a portion of Wyoming and Montana regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Sunday. Alright, here's your Monday forecast. You can see we got mixed precipitation from New Brunswick to Maine to New Hampshire to New York State, Pennsylvania, to Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, around Lake Erie, Lake Superior, Toronto, Canada, Ottawa, Canada region as well. Got more mixed precipitation in North Dakota, back into Montana, south portions of Canada as well, and also southwestern Canada. Even got some mixed precipitation in Washington, Oregon State, northern California, Idaho, portion of northern Utah, western areas of Wyoming, portion of Montana. Got a few pockets of snow in portions of Montana and also Washington State. Got some shower activity across portions of North and South Dakota. Also over here in portion of northwestern California, Pacific Ocean. Thunderstorms and showers along coastal areas there as well. Some pockets of heavy rain and flash flooding. Also in Washington, Oregon State as well. Also a little bit over toward Wyoming, Colorado. We got some shower activity in portion of Alabama, Mississippi, and also got some thunderstorms and showers in the Gulf, stretching over into the Atlantic, including Florida, southern Georgia, and southeast Alabama. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Monday. Alright, let's move on to your current watches warning advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, you can see we got a little bit of winter weather advisories up here in portions of New York State. Then we got pretty much some river flood warnings still from Kentucky down along the Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky border. Also some in Tennessee, eastern Arkansas, central and eastern Arkansas, eastern Texas, Louisiana, portion of Mississippi, portion of Alabama, some over here in southeast South Carolina, and also a little flood advisory up here in portions of Virginia. And then we got some hydro issues up here for North Dakota, Montana, portion of Wyoming, Idaho, and Washington, Oregon states. High wind watches and warnings in effect there as well for portions of Montana down to Wyoming. Also portions of northern areas of Idaho, and also some into areas of Oregon State. Also we have a blizzard warning in effect, supposed to be for Alaska, but let me see what they got here. Avalanche watch. That's an avalanche watch here for portion of Idaho. Got some flood watches there as well in portion of Idaho. Also some, and let's see, got some winter weather advisories there stretching into Montana. Also we have some avalanche warnings in portion of Washington State. Flood watch in effect for portion of Washington, Oregon State, Northwest California. Alrighty, well we got some small craft advisory, gale warnings for just a little bit up around the Maine coast. Also down into the Florida Keys, and then from Louisiana coast to southeast Texas, and then again from Northern California up to Washington State. Some storm warnings in the purple there as well. Hawaiian Chain Island looks good. Much of Alaska looks good. Small craft advisories around the Alaska region. Blizzard warning in the red. Winter weather advisories to the north as well. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. As you can see, we got a little bit of general thunderstorm activity just for a portion of western Washington and Oregon State, and also down here for just east of Houston up to Alexandria, New Orleans areas as well. Just some general thunderstorm for day number 2. We'll take a look at day number 3. Alright, you can see here we'll have some general thunderstorms across central and south Florida as well, from Melbourne to Fort Myers toward Miami toward the Florida Keys, and then over here toward Portland and Eugene, Oregon, and southwestern and western portions of Washington State as well. Alright, let's move on to the rainfall totals. Here's the next 7 days. Heavy precipitation over the Gulf, stretching into Louisiana, portions of Mississippi and the Florida Panhandle, down into portions of Florida, and then the Atlantic coastal waters up the eastern seaboard. Also got some heavy precipitation over here in southwestern Canada, stretching in Washington, Oregon State, northwest California, Idaho, and portions of Montana. Elsewhere, just maybe about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain expected elsewhere. In the blue up here, it could be about 3/4 of an inch of rain over portions of southeast Canada. Elsewhere, like I said, in the heavier precipitation, maybe 2 to 4 inches of rain in some areas, maybe up to an inch in spots in the blue. Alrighty, well I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already. Like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Saturday evening, folks. Take care, and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.